Bitcoin, 5%. Yes, good. Are we open? We are not open yet. I do believe I'm live, though. All right. I am live. Okay. Good morning. I feel like I'm practicing. Why you gotta listen to market? Morning, guys. What do we have today, Rob? Yes, indeedy. Looks like the market just opened. Let me open Thinkorswim. All right, TQs. Yeah, the NASDAQ gapped up today. Apple up 4%. We're not bad. Well, we did have a follow-through day on Thursday. Quite a few double-digit gains this morning, it looks like on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. TQs play. Going back up. Planet Fitness, Win. Royal Caribbean. A little bit of a gap up today. Our EXIV friend actually forming a fairly nice cup pattern at this stage of the game. Well, it's not really a cup pattern, it's just kind of a this. Maybe we'll get that. It's just, this is a volatility thing, so this isn't an individual name, but JP Morgan's up 7%. That's got to be encouraging. MasterCard Visa. Airlines down. Microsoft. Amazon. Marriott. Zoom down 14. What? Wow. Maybe this thing is over. Maybe the sell-off's done. Zoom down 14% for no super obvious reason. I know there's security holes in it, but they could patch that up. They should patch that up. You would think that'd be a fairly, it just depends on the security patch, I guess, but I think it'd be a decently simple fix the way software is built these days. All modular and stuff. If it's one flaw. I have software developers yelling at me over here. Ellie's going to start yelling at me here in a minute. There he is. Buy everything. Feels like it, doesn't it? If you're listening to the markets and not the news, buy everything does appear to be the way to go. We do have some good news out there. In terms of stuff, we're starting to see a few slowdowns. Coronavirus slowing down via Google. Gets a few article hits here today. Yeah, likely, Ellie. That's a good point. Well, like I said, as long as they see light at the end of the tunnel, they're going to start jumping back in. It does appear that we've started that process a little bit. We do have one follow-through day. So, how's our Restoration Hardware trade looking here? I don't actually have one, but just thinking about it. So, we mentioned this on Friday. And it was down here 86, up at 94 right now. It's probably one of the better trades. I think it's still going to be a while before the stores are back open. But if things do bottom out, that could be interesting. What did their earnings say? Not sure. Can I pay for SVP? There you go. Executive leadership to forego 100% of salaries. Thank you. Something from some senior leadership. I don't mind Restoration Hardware. I may pull triggers on a trade. I'm going to have to go make a trade here. I kind of like one of those Restoration Hardware trades. That's pretty good. Justin bought S&P FTSE in a clean energy ETF. Which one's that one? BECN. Bird Warner, that's super cheap. TNA. Holy but Jesus. Damn, TNA's got 520% to all-time highs. But that's from back in 2018. Keep in mind, the small caps weren't working that good to begin with. So you got stopped out. Were you too tight, Rob? How were you stopped out? What was your play? What was your play, Rob? That seems either like you had way too tight of a stop. Yeah, it's probably, I mean, we didn't, well, I guess we did talk about it in the morning, didn't we? Hey, Justin, you got a symbol, buddy? Oh, INRG, sorry. Thank you. My bad. Morning, Anil. So market looks like so far it's selling off a little bit. The gap up kind of makes a little bit of sense. Get a big gap up, take a little bit of profit, jump back in the afternoon, rinse and repeat. Market's doing okay here, though. A lot of names up, almost double digits. Actionable list really good except for a few singular names. LK again down. Okay, INRG not pulling up. IRNG. IN. Five Freds by PS4. Isn't the PS5 coming out? They should wait for that. Oh, I still missed the trash can. Damn it. Short my basketball shots. All right. Dude, I'm practicing quite a bit. I'm blowing my nose all the time. My average is not very good. I may as well be a mediocre baseball player instead of a mediocre tissue thrower. All right, let's put some lists together, look at some names. I do like Restoration Hardware. I've got that play here, January 100. No, wait, that's the wrong one. I guess they're going to be similar anyways. January, the end of this year, which is still 284 days away, with a 100 strike, is now 264%, was 352%. So depending on your risk tolerance, you have to go out further to get Mo. I did not take a position on Friday. Looks like I should have done that. May come back down. We'll see. Could nibble at it. Excuse me. Still some good names here. So let's look at, we got that. We've got, so Restoration Harbor still pretty beaten down. Very good quality name too. Still got the TQQQ. Obviously always a good name. Even up here, we're still going to the tippy top, about 140, 150% almost. Pretty close. That's still an excellent gain. Not quite the 200 plus at the lows here, but you know, it is what it is. That's still an excellent gain there. If we do get back up to the highs, we're about 140 to 150% gain on that one. I'd say that's probably an easier bet than an options play by a long shot. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Here we go. We're going here. Didn't we had a list, I thought, of stuff. I just gotta remember which profile it's on. I'm not sure if it was on here or it was on Real Crypto. Of course, I probably didn't name it. I thought I named it, though. Oh, it's in Real Crypto. I remember now. LIN? I think it was on the Power Hour spreadsheet. Let me get rid of that. I should go over that today. Okay, it's not there. Buy Bitcoin run. Alright, I don't know where the hell it is. Happy Crypto is running. Absolutely, it's running. Yeah, if that's your risk tool in terms of general, then we're back to risk on. SOXL. Oh, this is that ETF, isn't it? That's 220% back to highs. That could be a good opportunity. A good one to look at. Yeah, that's a good one. SOXL. Just back to recent highs, and actually that is all-time highs. I don't know. It's been a pretty up-down type of a market lately. We haven't had a lot of oscillation. I think the algorithms don't like that. They don't like the back and forth and back and forth. SOXL, I do like this one. It's up significantly today, but it is a 3 times ETF. Issues with CME orders. Please call the trade desk if you need immediate assistance. Poor algos. Restoration Hardware looking good down there too. Home builders, haven't talked a lot about home builders. They got a few percents back to highs, about 73% right there. Square, recent favorite around here, up a little bit, doing okay. Molecular Violin, yeah, I don't know. That's weird, Ellie. They don't like science terms. What are you doing putting molecular? They think you're talking about drugs or something. TRN, BLD, microaggression. I like it. That's good. Sky West, holy, beating the crap out of. 188% though. Let's do, I'm going to keep a beaten down list. This is on it. SKYWRH. Justin's buying Visa today with his Christmas money. I don't know why. Why I thought Christmas money just came into my head. Not that funny. 32% on Visa. It's still a good buy on Visa. I mean, if you want a safe bet on non-cash money. Feels like a safe bet to me. Short any stock except Tesla make a huge gain in the next 3 to 6 months of the U.S. market. The U.S. market is insane, +5 on at least 10,000 deaths. Deaths don't matter. They don't. Deaths don't matter. And that's not me being callous. That's the markets being callous. And it's not even the markets being callous. It's the markets being forward-looking and doing what they do. And that's why we're here. We're here because the markets don't make any sense. We're not here because the markets make perfect logical sense and we can just make millions easily. My landlord asked to send her money through Cash App. I guess she's a person. Oh, really? Buying BTC. Everyone's trying to get in on the buy BTC trade. You're bullish on Square? I still think PayPal's the better bet if you're picking industries. Unless for some reason Pay has some kind of 27% to the top for Pay, so a little bit less return, but it has shown more leadership than Square. Regeneron broke its long-term turnaround trend line. Very choppy though. Wasn't buying in the middle of that correction. SLV, GLD up. Amazon holding nicely. ZTO. See, Amazon holding up here. What's it at now? Almost 2,000 again. That bodes really well for the indexes. ZTO Massey about ready to go. Actually have an actual breakout on a very strange, weird base, but sitting right at highs. I'm not exactly sure how to take that, but I mean, whatever it is, it's got to be good. See what Massey does again. I don't remember. '97 composite rating. Look at the relative strength versus the S&P and Fuego, even as the whole thing goes sideways. That's super impressive. This is very, very impressive. All right, what is this? Develops patient monitoring products which include a monitor, circuit board, consumables, and reusables. So they're actually servicing the coronavirus. And that could be good. Oh, damn it. Now I muted my mic. Shit. Sorry. I thought I muted it, I guess Okay, real fail. Yes, I bought an elephant. At least I didn't talk shit about people. That'd be awesome. Mute the mic and go, stupid motherfuckers. Then I'm not muted. Hot mic. Real hot mic. I do that enough on mic. I don't need to do it off mic. That's funny, though. That'd be hilarious. All right, SOXL, 20% now. Look at the volume. This is I gotta jump on this thing. Okay, let's be stupid and look at options. Oh, I just have to look. Come on, don't get on me too bad. If volatility is coming down a little bit, pays is lagging. Oh, that could be an interesting play. I just like to see. I like to see what could be possible in life. That's all. Okay. You're feeling too rich? Options is your solution. Which one should you buy, AMD or NVIDIA? I think you should buy that SOXL ETF, to be honest with you, Justin, if you're going to be in that industry. Just buy the ETF. I mean, it's 3 times, so you're going to get better performance than probably either of them. So if you're going to play chips, play chips. Just play the whole thing. I think this is a really good value bet right at this stage of the game. All right, so what's the number for SOXL? Let's just call it 200, just to keep things conservative. Oh, it's already there. And with the 200, you're getting 200%. With 100% rise on the SOXL, you're getting 200% on the ETF. And I mean, the SOXL going to 200 I don't think that's super greedy. That's back to the moving average. Yeah, SOXL 3 times ETF, so you're getting good exposure if you like one of those names. I think you're doing okay. Ellie's got a point there. NVIDIA feels heavy for some reason. It doesn't move that much. With an ETF, you just play the sector. So if you're liking a name, you should look for sector confluence, and then these ETFs can do really good. And this thing is so beaten down right now. I think there is an excellent opportunity here. So I think you can buy some SOXL probably. How's the market doing? 4.15%. Pretty good right there. Pretty good right there. So let's look at the general NASDAQ here. So we talk about having our follow-through day, which we got a couple days ago. It doesn't look that impressive, but today it looks that impressive. You're up pretty good today. We didn't drop that low, right back at it. Not too bad. Well, it's a 3 times ETF. It's not an individual name. It's just an industry group. Maybe due to such a quick bear market, maybe there are some possible adverse effects. 2 or 3 times ETF. We haven't had this kind of an event before, so I'd have to do like a leg for leg comparison versus some of its components. But yeah, even up 20%. I mean, I still think it's pretty good. Rob, when you're down like this, don't even worry about a little. I have a hard time. We have a follow-through day. As much as we don't like it, we never can know what's going to happen. All we have are our signals. And I think you just have to go with them. You just go with the signals. We got a follow-through day. You should be probably more invested today than you were Friday, and more invested Thursday than you were Wednesday. Yeah, all we have are the signals. I mean, there's never a perfect time to invest. The perfect time to invest was here the day we were undercutting and you were scared out of your mind. But no one got all in on that day. Everyone's leaning into the market. So as you lean in, you get these follow-through days like this. So, but it is what it is. We don't have very rarely do you have a super clean-cut time like, yes, this is the best time to do something. It's very rare. Follow-through day is a rare occurrence, and it is one of those days to do something. That's why I was saying you always buy something on the follow-through day, right? Something, even if it leads to bad, but like I said, even I wasn't that bullish on the follow-through day. I wasn't. Rob bought the undercut day. Good job, Rob. Very good. But were you all in? So there's still another day today. Still another day today. You know? I mean, we'll see what happens going forward. You never do know. Again, all we have are our signals. That's all we have. We've got our signals. Nothing else. Nothing else matters. Really. Everything in the Real Crypto Power Hour, we've talked substantially about signals, and news doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing. Nothing matters. Only our signals. Your opinions don't matter. Your opinions mean nothing. Justin's opinion sucks. Ellie's opinion sucks. Rob's opinion sucks. Those are people I can see right now. I think Anil's up here. His opinion sucks. Michael's opinion sucks. Justin's opinion sucks. The market's the only opinion that matters. My opinion sucks. You all suck. See, I don't have to mute to talk crap. I can do it out loud in person. I sound like your parents. I know, I didn't say you were a loser, Justin. I said your opinion doesn't matter. And my opinion doesn't matter. It's all is logical. Is logical as I mean, there's some smart people in this room. There's a couple of really dumb ones. I'm not going to say who. I just hear from people. There's a couple of dumb ones, but there's a lot of really smart people in this room. And that doesn't matter. Being smart doesn't matter. There's been a lot of, well, I don't know about a lot of, but I read of a study once where they followed doctors around doctors arguably some really smart people. And guess what? They failed in the stock market. Why? Because things don't make sense here. This is upside down world. Upside down land. So all we have are our signals. That's all we got. Let's see how many people I lost on that tirade. How many people ran away from the stream as I said everyone sucked? Let's see. Where's my screen? There it is. Yeah, if you're here, like the video because I didn't lose you. You weren't offended. No one. I didn't lose anyone. Oh, wow. All 13 people of you. You're all here, and none of your opinions matter. Exactly, like the video. Why do I have 13 people and only 5 likes? That's a good point. It's a good point, Julius. Julius said it, not me. Anyway. So that's a good point, Ellie. And that was kind of the part of the study there. It said the more intelligent you are, the more likely you are to lose because you will outsmart yourself in the stock market. And there are a lot of dumb, successful traders because they just follow. They have enough intelligence to not be super stupid, but they're they're smart enough to follow the signals, but they're dumb enough to not think about anything else. It's like the best algorithmic traders find a really stupid person. This is what I want you to do based on the rules. Now do it. So find yourself a complete idiot. Tesla's up 8% today. So yeah, find yourself a complete and utter idiot, sit him in front of a computer and break in a trend line on Tesla and say, these are your rules, follow them, because you're too smart. Arguably, you're probably way too smart for trading. Turtle traders, exactly. Visa, 7%. It's a great day today so far. Only half an hour in, but EXIV doing great today. This one still has. You wanna buy something? This may be a really good play. This is the 3x Stocks 50 ETF. That's got 512 still back to all-time highs. Which this is an inverse ETF for volatility. Not a name, not based on any economic indicator, strictly volatility based. Interesting though that there's not a lot of volume here though. Looks like that part's fairly interesting. SXVY, this is also a VIX trade. Short-term VIX. That is back to all-time highs, but only about 100%. Hard to find doubles in this market. When you do, it's a rare occurrence. And 125%, so that's not too bad. Win Las Vegas Sands. What's Royal Caribbean doing here? Okay, so we talk about the double bottom. So far, we've held that. Boeing higher low as well. Higher lows all around, ladies and gentlemen. That's fairly encouraging, at least for now. At least for now. But, again, all we have are our signals. What are our signals? Our signals are higher lows, double bottoms, some bases forming on some names here. I'm not really mad at a lot right now. TQQQ, or that's the Qs. No, it's not even TQQQ, up 5%. Huge gap. That is a huge gap. Last time we had a huge gap like this, we went on for a nice run. And this run from the open ended up going as high as 8%. So if you go about another 8%, keep in mind if you're in the TQQQ, that's like 24%. So, yeah, good names right here, guys. Good stuff. Soxhole. Look at how tight Soxhole is. Beautiful. Look at it. It's so tight it doesn't even show up on my screen. There we go. INMD, DHI. So we got Skyworks for super beaten down names. Although I'd look into Skyworks and see if they're actually going to survive. I think they're a smaller business. INMD. Sorry, someone... There was another name here that I missed in the middle of a bunch of fun yelling at people. Pay's lagging a bit today. There we go. Yeah, Pay is super beaten down. This one was doing really, really well. Looks like it topped in and just hasn't come back. So I'm not so sure I'm not as happy with Pay's, although it could do okay. Could do pretty good right there. 273% to highs, but that's pretty beaten down. And it wasn't running earlier anyways, so that may be a no-go. Soxhole. I'm going to get me some Soxhole, guys. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause my stream and put on a trade on Soxhole. Nope, I'm just going to pause video. Display capture. There we go. All right, I'm going to put on a Soxhole trade. All right, give me a minute here. LIN? What's LIN? Oh, that's pretty bullish right there, at least on the 5-minute. 31% to highs. Okay. Hold on a minute, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Loosely. What if I should do that Soxhole ETF? I still have my EXIV. That's looking, it's basically flat right now. My Tesla's still up pretty good. All right, Soxhole market up 4 1/4. Wonder if we're in a almost 4 1/3. No semiconductor ETFs in the UK? That's not very good. Gotta have some. Man, this. Okay, I can't decide if I want to just do the stock or I actually want to try the option. I still haven't. I exited one position, and I'm thinking about jumping in that Soxhole. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I do like that Restoration Hardware. That EXIV trade's pretty dope. maybe I'll enable video for right now because I just haven't done anything yet. I guess I did make one trade, so. Soxol stalling. Just give me a little more time, stalling a little bit. 4 1/4 almost for the market. Buy stocks, it's cold outside. Is that a thing? That could be a thing. SQ running. Yeah, a little bit. It's still super beaten down, so. About 75% to recent highs is pretty good. But again, they're able to sell it off more than they were PayPal. So if you're talking about leadership names, Square not leading in this industry group, that's for sure. But could be getting, actually, PayPal double topped right there. Maybe we just got too exhausted on the sell-off or on this parabolic run here from 8 to 100. Yeah, maybe it's not as bad. Yeah, Square not too bad. So back to recent highs is about 85. So let's look at let's look at Square to 85, seeing kind of a timeline that could occur. Could happen relatively quickly if things do start to turn around on us here. I do like going out to the end of the year. I feel like that is a good way to play this. Oh, they have a June option, which is nice. Oh, a couple of 300%ers there. So where's our break-even point here? We've got 250 at 60. 60 break-even. That's pretty good. 250% for 60 break-even. 61.62 for an additional 30%, 62.90. That looks realistic. That looks pretty good. Let's watch that one. Restoration Hardware. I'm still contemplating a Soxol trade, figuring out how I want to do that. I like options out another, to the end of the year. That one's not too bad. We do have the election coming up too. This is going to be a very interesting rest of the year because we're going to be dealing with coronavirus into the summer, it looks like, and then we're going to have elections in the fall. And the market usually rallies after an election generally, so this could be that good. Tesla falling? It's not really falling. It's a little market pulling in a little bit. 4.18% is 4.3 a little bit ago. Not that it means anything. Just vacillation in the market. Not too bad. I think Tesla's still a really good bargain down here. 533. Julius, I don't know. That would be... I don't even know who would make that decision, Julius. I hadn't even thought about that. Could they postpone the election? Yeah, I don't know, dude. GBTC. How are you doing today, GBTC? Up 4%. BTC's in a not bad place. On this particular one, we don't... Kind of looks like a rising channel is what it looks like right there. The actual crypto exchange, Nasdaq back up to a 4 1/3. On actual crypto exchanges, looks fairly bullish actually. Yeah, Square up 10%, Zoom down 10%. Win up 13. Third wave in time for election. Yeah, I don't know. If we postpone an election, I don't know what that looks like in the U.S. Yeah, so not too much action on BTC. We should be fine for the election. I mean, it's November, for crying out loud. It's a long ways away. We're only like a month, a little bit over a month into this thing. And Carnival Cruise Lines. Okay, down here at the lows. This one is a possibility down here. Carnival Cruise Lines, huh? Talk about beaten up. Look at that thing. 300% back to normal. Let's put CCL on beaten down. That is a crazy play. No cruises before vaccines next year? Is that a legit thing? No way. Is that a thing? Morning, Aram. I'm not vaccinating my children. Why would I do that, Ellie? No way. They could get sick if they get vaccinated instead of getting sick anyways. Stupid people. Cruise ship travel. Okay, well, this has nothing to do about specifically. Healing crystals. Yeah, we already do that. That's all you need, really, is healing crystals. Sounds good to me. All right, how's Space doing? Our buddy Space, maybe in for a second run. It's possible. But who knows? Some of these story stocks are doing kind of weird. They don't like to bounce back. Visa, Beyond. Speaking of not bouncing back, here's Beyond Meat. No one liking plant-based meat. Still, even when everyone's on the verge of dying, no one wants to eat a plant-based burger. Could be Julius. Yeah, maybe that's why it's so beaten down. That's true. That's super true. Maybe we get down. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we go lower in these names. It's possible. All right, let's look at CCL though, just for posterity's sake. See if they have like a 2022, or they do have a 2022 option. All right, so their prior high was all right. I say getting them back to 40 would be pretty good. So let's just say back to 40. So 500, about 582% for January of 2022 to get back to 40. So you're looking at this. You're looking at that. That's not horrible. I've seen worse bets, Julius. I've seen worse bets. Where are we at in the bear cycle? Well, we have a follow-through day, so we're loosely already in a market in a confirmed uptrend. So I do want to say one thing about you saying bear cycle. That's not a thing. IBD has a good way to view this, and I view this the same way. They view it in market in correction and market in uptrend. That's exactly how I view it. I don't say bear market bounce, although I may use that term from time to time, but there's no like cycle you can follow in a bear market. Some come back really quickly. Welcome to 2018, right? And then some come back slower. So it's just correction and then market in uptrend. That's it. There's no bear market cycle. Those are the only two market cycles, because each of those could be their own thing, and they could go up a little bit or down a little bit, or up a lot or down a lot. So, but we've had a follow through day, so technically we're in an uptrend right now. All right, Air Lease, STNE, win. Yeah, I'm not too mad at that Carnival Cruise trade. I don't know if I want to bet my entire account on it. How's play doing? Actually, not too bad. My option's not doing too great on play. I think the volatility is wearing off a little bit in the market. Therefore, my options being worth less for my longer term play. It's going to take a while before that works, but it's doing okay. It appears to put in a very short term bottom at this stage of the game. Very short term bottom. We'll see what happens. Everything kind of has a higher low right now, which is good. Good generally, having a higher low. 0 right now, Rob. 0 distribution days. They all get washed out when you have you start the counter over at 0 when you have a confirmed uptrend. I don't think so. It's a good question. I haven't looked into that specifically, but I don't think it had higher volume. Yeah, no distribution days. Silver lining to Friday's session was the volume on the NYSE and Nasdaq fell from Thursday's levels. So the Nasdaq came down, but the volume was low. So that's, so all good. You think that today's gains can be due to somewhat the news that we're past the peak in Europe? Yeah, absolutely, Justin. You're looking, again, light at the end of the tunnel. That's all we need to see is light at the end of the tunnel. And we may not rocket back to highs, but we may slowly meander back in that direction. We're going to have some down days. We're going to have some up days. So, yeah, I mean, as long as there's light in the end, now we're past 4 1/3 loosely right there. Fighting with 4 1/3 on the NASDAQ is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, market's doing okay. I can't say the market's doing too bad right now. Some of these names, like the cruise lines, and I think I've said this before too, these will be some of the last to come back. So I don't mind that 2022 trade if you want to hold for that. That's a very, very long, that's a long play to get that money. That's a long, long play to get that money. Keep in mind, if they get a vaccine in 2021 sometime, which they say their pipeline was like 18 months, I think, is recent numbers that I've heard. 18 months out from here would be right about here. So you're most of the way through this, and if you get a vaccine, I can imagine that everyone will be super confident at that stage of the game, and will be 100% back. If not back already, I think people are going to, jump back sooner. So April 30th is kind of that's the date the president gave for kind of getting things back open. And we're only April 6th. So still about three weeks to go, 3.5 weeks to go in whatever quarantine situation. And I've still got my kids till frickin' August. So a lot of schools have closed. I'm not sure if schools will reopen. I think a lot of parents would like that. That may get the economy back on its feet faster than a lot of things, is getting daycares back open and schools back on. I'm not sure if daycares are closed. Let me look if my daycares are closed. Are daycares closing? I can't do this forever. I understand. That was a parent saying that. Valley Child Care. Where's it at? I don't think that's their website. Maybe they don't have one. They've got a website. Hi, James. What's up, buddy? You want to sit? 4.5% for the NASDAQ now. Hi, Jamesy Poo. Speaking of dealing with your kids, everyone say hi to James. Carnival Cruise Line's going up. Let's look at our Soxol. Another little leg up. There you go. You okay? You don't go lay down then. You don't want to lay down. Oh, sorry. He already left, guys. Anyone buying Boeing? He just walked out of the room. I don't think Boeing's in too bad of a spot. As long as they get their manufacturing back on. They are saying they're cutting a bunch of jobs, which usually bodes well for things. All right, pulling back down a little bit from the 4.5. We've pulled in a little bit here, so pretty good day. I do like the fact that Bitcoin's back up, and I do like the fact that we actually know that institutions are involved in Bitcoin now. I'm just going to call that confirmed. That's just kind of what it is for me. Institutions are involved in Bitcoin, cryptocurrency to some fashion. Involved in the spot market, actually owning it. I don't know how much, but oh, you're gonna add to Boeing, Rob? Up 10% today. Yeah, you could maybe try to nibble or something. It's still down significantly. I get a 1 day gain of 10%. Look at the daily chart here, Rob. That's like our daily volatility is 10%. This is not abnormal for Boeing. If we can calm down, maybe that'll be good. But this is like really cheap for Boeing. It's going back to 2016 levels over here. Now this is the kind of drop you would have thought in the 737 MAX. When they had a bunch of orders halted, but no, they held up tight. People like this name. I don't know why this isn't coming back more, but we do have quite a bit of volume since the bottom here with no downward price progress. If you look at this bottom day right there, look to the left of my cursor where the volume is on the way down. There's not a lot of selling down here. It's probably one of the better beaten down names. I'm talking myself into buying Boeing right here. Look at the volume on the right side. A ton of it. There's a ton of volume to the right side of this thing. And see what my volume aggregation tool says about Boeing. Haven't really looked at it from that perspective. There you go, VA tool bullish. Right there. Bam! Now, sellers are still drifting up right now, while it does appear that some buyers are going away, but not too bad. Boeing has a ton of compensation to pay out for the MAX failures. This is bigger than that. You're talking about a name that just dropped 72%, It's bigger than that. Not me, Justin. I'm just BTC right now. In my opinion, crypto is a game now for quality. So they're looking at quality, and I think they're buying quality. I haven't looked at the rest of the crypto names. I'll do that in a little bit when I do my crypto, when I go through crypto. But right now, from my understanding, Monero's been running pretty well. But other than that, I think Bitcoin is fine. Play up 20% looks like a nothing day. It's funny, I think about play right on this day here, and I'm up as much in my option as this is up in stock price. Welcome to buying volatility. Yeah, 5G is getting heat right now. That's really interesting. They're saying that 5G is causing us to be less immune to stuff. Probably not. And yes, some cell phone towers have been set on fire. I thought that was pretty interesting. People are stupid got held for review. What? That's just a factual statement. That's not even a curse word or anything. Planet Fitness. Also, potentially nice buy right there. Nope, haven't heard of Hex. Not really. If it's not on Binance, I usually don't deal with it. Oh, Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean, Microsoft. Market at 4.5%, so we're definitely keeping some gains today. Soxel doing good too. Now we usually do get some pullbacks if you look at this on the daily. This Nasdaq, these are the futures though. Let's go to the Qs, because if you're not trading futures, it's different. So most of these green days do have some pullback in the prior day or two. So we'll likely, if you guys aren't buying stuff today or worried about missing boats, we may have some pullbacks. I mean, if you want to take a smaller position and wait, but most of these we do have down days, so I don't think that's too bad. Hey, what's up, Monkeytron? I didn't notice you were here. When did you pop in? Just now? Oh, okay. What's up, dude? BTC with another follow-through day? Yeah, I didn't look at it from that perspective. Getting there, 4.5%. Our volume's already elevated. Yeah, we just got to go up a little bit, huh? Pretty good. So XLM up 10%. Okay, they ran a little bit earlier. We did notice a little curl on XLM. I didn't harp on it. I usually don't with XLM. Atom up about 10% too. Other than that, I think Bitcoin's fine. EOS up a little bit more. Yeah, not really outperforming too bad. It's pretty good. Yeah, be great to have another follow-through day. Tesla at 510, I think is a pretty good price point. LK, get out of here, Rob. Come on, man. They're done. I think these guys are done. They've got no confidence on street anymore. You got COO fudging $300 million in sales. That's done. That's going to take a complete. That's a reset. Just bow out of this one if you still have that position. It's just done. I don't see a situation where they come back. Period. You get names like that, the market confidence just evaporated. Everyone's confidence. There's so many things to invest in. Why would you even invest in something like this when senior leadership? That whole board has to go. All of senior leadership has to go. The whole board has to go. You're out a long time ago. Okay, good. Yeah. It literally has to be wiped clean. They probably may as well even shut their doors. Now it's in China too, which leads to they did fire them all. Okay, good. Yeah. And at that point in time, then you have to be like, what's the real numbers? What's the real situation? And do you still want to be involved? So I think there's other fish to fry. I mean, we've already looked at a couple of good. We got Restoration Hardware. In a pretty decent spot. It's going to take a while for stores to come back and things of that nature, but SKYW super beaten down, still tremendously lower, but good green volume. Right there is pretty good. Aggregation tool. Makes still sellers involved there. I don't know what total sales were, Rob. I don't know. But even if it is 5%, you don't have what is this, the COO? The second they start fudging numbers, market confidence is gone. That's the worst thing you can do in the stock market is fudge your numbers. Absolute worst. May as well just short it instead of long it, because why not? CCL super beaten down. I still like some of the names I liked before. I think I don't know if I like play here. You can get my option and still do pretty good on it probably. That EXIV, I don't think it's too bad. These inverse ETF plays, if we get back to normal, these are some nice plays on us just getting back to normal market behavior, pretty much. So I think there's some pretty good opportunities in some of these names. Yeah, TQ is pulling back a little bit too. They're up 5%, I think. Apple doing pretty good right here. Are we crossing trend lines? Not quite, but we're getting close. So last time Apple crossed a trend line We had this trend line. There's this trend line too. When Apple does these extreme moves and you end up crossing trend lines, it's a fairly quick move back up on Apple. So Apple getting to the point you could enter right, you probably could enter right around this area, in my opinion. Microsoft, this one probably not down that much at all. Yeah, only 18% from the tippy toppies, 19% from the tippy toppies. Amazon, also really close. 11%. This one didn't sell off as far. So these leaders are still up here leading. I think that's pretty good. Zoom is bouncing back a little bit, 9% off the lows, breaking a trend line right there. A little dangerous. Oxy, how's oil doing? Let's go look at oil. Man, that bounce down there at 20 would have been great to buy. I should have just bought that from a risk-reward perspective. And then boom, we're almost up to 30. But you buy that 3 times oil ETF if you would have found one. I still haven't found a great one. Yeah, that's a 50%. It's like a 100% gainer right there. Easy. 300% gainer almost. 150% gainer. You can short crude now. Yeah, up at 30. Have a higher. Yeah, you've got a lower high right now. As aggressive as this has been, that's probably not the worst thing to do. IMMU, big jump. Mortgage investment. Yeah, some of these mortgage names are really beaten down. Could be a lot of opportunity here. We haven't looked at this space at all. There's not a lot of growth stocks, so that's not somewhere that we usually live in, but there could be some opportunities here. Look at these names, 40-50% up. 762 market cap. These are small market caps, very small market caps. 5 million, 50 million. That's a biotech. Mortgage investment. Let's see what this group looks like. Look at that. Wow. Market cap, any in the billions? Here's some in the billions. Okay, they've already bounced back substantially, these bigger ones. Ally Financial, 4 billion market cap, going from 25 to or 35, close to 35. Call it 32 to 13 right now. That's not bad. Here's sort by market cap, make my life easier. All right, so 9 billion. These guys are almost all the way back. Ally Capital Management, NLY. I wonder if they take on riskier loans or how that works. Obviously, people worried about foreclosures in these situations. ALLY. Santander Consumer USA Holdings. Blackstone Mortgage Trust. Huh. Lending Tree. Wow, that's really beaten down. Talk to me, Julius. What do you know? You seem to have a little bit of knowledge in this space. Educate me. Actually, I could talk to my mortgage buddy. IPR? I don't know. Not very great. Oh, financial crisis? Oh, you're talking old school. Talking oski woski. Oh, MJ Real Estate. Yeah, Nasdaq 4.5%. We're holding that. That's really good. If they're looking at light at the end of the tunnel scenario here, then Yeah. If we're getting light at the end of the tunnel, that's pretty good. Follow through day. Still quite a bit of ways to go up, guys. So get some positions if you don't have any. If you don't want to be 100% in, I can't blame you too much on that one. But I mean, we're looking pretty good. A lot of our large cap stocks are working their way back up, and I think that's really important. That's some of our leadership. Really green today. AXP, that's American Express? It is. That could be a good one. AXP. I know you're going to see some foreclosures, but maybe do some research on that one and see how that's going to work out. Aerospace defense products, why did they get hit so bad? 120 to 55 currently. That's not very good. Tesla's up a little bit. Let's see what news on Tesla. Always some news on Tesla. Europe shows signs of easing Diamond C's recession. Tesla's rising after an upgrade. Post-crisis could fare better than luxury peers. Oh, why do you say that, Barons? Are you going to make me subscribe? Tesla sales rise 27% in 2020. We would assume higher consumer support to energy-efficient transport. What the hell does that even mean? Why would you assume consumers care about energy-efficient transport? Stupid. This guy is an idiot. Stop talking about that garbage. Discover up good today, DFS. Ooh, they just rolled over right now. Yeah, what are these guys? We're looking at AXP. Wow. Holy crap. They got beaten up. That's a beaten down candidate for sure right there. 4.65 for the NASDAQ right now, guys. A good day for the NASDAQ right now. We're going to have another follow-through day in our hands here. Soxel, ESNT, Carvana. Look at some of our oldie but goodie names. We may have to revamp our actionable list. Haven't really spent much time doing that lately. But that's probably going to have to be something we're going to have to do pretty soon here. Melly looks like trying to break out of a range today. Yeah, not too bad. Square. Restoration Hardware, not too bad. Beyond Meat. The Nasdaq's just roiling 4.7%. Where are we going to pause at today? Tesla, Roku. Medical is always tricky. There's trials and gaps, and it's all over the place. I think if there's like an individual name, maybe, but I haven't really been following the medical sector. There's a lot of hype in that sector, as you know. Maybe you can find an ETF. Maybe it's like a medical sector ETF or something. That can maybe be a good way to play to reduce your individual exposure, because you're going to have probably one or two, maybe three winners come out of this thing. Maybe a small group of winners, but everyone else is going to lose, and they're probably going to go down if there was some expectation of them getting a drug. So I don't know if I want to jump into that playground. Netflix. Netflix looking pretty good here. If you look at this little weekly chart, there's still quite a bit of there's not a lot of bearishness here on the Netflix chart. That's looking really good. Take-Two Interactive looking pretty good for its long-term follow-through day finally. Maybe on the back of this coronavirus, maybe some people are playing some Grand Theft Auto. I think that's the game they make. One of them. They got a few names, I think, but Mossy up there. It highs. Procter & Gamble. Domino's Pizza. $4.62 for the NASDAQ. Hey, what's up, Mickey? Am I saying that right? Mickey? Yeah, they're screwed. The bonds are... I don't even know. I don't even know what to do with bonds. I wish I knew a little bit more about the bond market, to be honest with you. I mean, I get the gist of it, but I really haven't sat down and studied it. I know there's some decent cash to be made there. Even in these environments, because things are moving, you could short it, you could long it. There's like, I do have a bond ETF thing in here. It starts with a TRN. I have TRN in here, but I don't know what it does. No, that's Trinity Solutions. That's a bond ETF thing that starts with a T. I don't think anyone's in LK right now, Ellie. Thank goodness. $421 bond. I don't need 421 bond ETFs. Yeah, he was, but he had a tight stop. He's already out. Oh, 7 bond ETFs. That's better. James. Hey, dude. Everybody was saying hi to you in the show. You okay?
Bye.
Huh?
We're gonna go on a hike. Bye.
You going on a hike? That's awesome, guys. Good job. You're gonna have fun. Hug.
Oh.
Say hi to...
That spells Ollie.
It does. A-L-L-Y. Ollie. Very good.
Where's the...
Everyone, say hi to Eli. Say hi to Rob.
Hi, Eli. Hi, Rob. Hi, Eli. Hi, Rob.
So Eli's name is actually pronounced Ellie, just so you guys know. Okay. So if I say hi to Ellie, it means say hi to Eli.
Is that the one that we
Yeah.
that came over?
Yeah. Rachel, say hi.
Hi.
All right, guys. Where you going? Mom's house.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, have fun.
Thanks. We'll see you later.
All right. So the fam's leaving me. Woohoo! Yeah, she's still hacking up stuff, man. I don't know what's going on. If you guys do want to see the family, speaking of which, little promotional. If you guys have kids, the family started a YouTube channel. Let's see if it shows up. Wild Prats. See if it even shows up. There we are, Wild Prats. I don't think that's me though. That's me. You can click here on the Pringles challenge. If you guys want to take a look at least like the videos, you don't have to subscribe. Would be appreciative. But we've already done quite a few videos. Rachel's really good at the editing. There's my wife right there, and there's my ugly mug right there. There's James's mug, and we don't have one with Ethan on the cover yet. There's Ethan's right there. But anyway, if you guys want to check it out, they're short videos. They're not like 20-minute long videos. This one's 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That one's just me playing Slither with James. Bro Trick is funny. At least watch Bro Trick. At least watch that one. That one's cute. The ending is worth it for that one. So, Wild Prats, if you guys want to check it out. Yeah, we built a garden. It's actually, the 3-minute video. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's not even, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird. We're still trying to figure out our format and stuff, but we're doing okay. Yeah. Kids wanted to start a YouTube channel, so 2 weeks ago we started. We already got like 5 videos. I think that's doing pretty good. In terms of content, we just got to keep we did one yesterday that was pretty funny. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know where it fits in. It's a really short video. It's where Ethan's swinging, and James goes, "Can I swing?" And Ethan goes, "Over my dead body." Looks at him. I'm like, it's pretty ominous. It's kind of weird for a kid's video. But then he just falls off the swing and dies. And then James goes, "Oh, thanks," and then jumps on and starts swinging. It's a little bit dark, but it's pretty fun. He started a channel 10 years ago. I've got about 8 channels. Uploaded stuff on a few of them, but I don't keep up too many of them. Yeah, Wild Prats, check it out. At least watch a video. At least watch that bro trick video. It's pretty funny. Q's holding on to 4.5. They're liking it. Oh, 4.4. Pulling back a little bit. TRN pulled in a lot there. Soxel pulling in. Okay, maybe we'll start the pullback. Maybe that's our high for the day. We'll see. We'll see. But working our way up. I mean, these are good days, guys. Our volume is back to low on the futures, so we're not on a risk-off environment. People are not selling in mass, so it's hard to say we're back on our feet, but it appears we're back on our feet. It's hard to say that exactly, but we did have a follow-through day. That's always a great sign. Follow-through day, I'm okay. I'm okay with a follow-through day. I do want to look at one thing, though. Follow-through day rules. I just want to... I always do this because I don't know why I always do this, but it's undercutting the low. I don't think it's undercutting the follow-through. I just want to double-check just to make sure I'm not... New low attempted rally, follow-through day. 25 to 30% will fail, and the market will quickly fall back into a correction. That's why you want to get back into the market gradually when a follow-through day occurs. If you see distribution is within just a few days after a follow-through day, look out. It means the nascent uptrend is not taking hold and will quickly fall back into a correction. I'm not sure where they talk about it failing. Oh, I actually found IBD printed off some chart books, and I actually have them. I found them the other day because I'm going through the office, clearing everything out. Yeah, I do believe it's a new low. Yeah, it doesn't mention that. I don't know. All right. Soxo pulling in a little bit. 4.29 for the NASDAQ, pulling in a little bit here. We'll see how this pullback works out. Nice gap up in the markets, though. Obviously, that's the QQQ, or the futures, so it's not quite a gap. But here's the Qs. There's definitely a gap here. So I do like that Soxel trade. I mean, keep in mind, there's nothing fundamental to this economy before the coronavirus saying that semiconductors had to get wrecked, right? So this being down so far, if we can get back on a good track relatively soon, I think you got a great opportunity here for pretty good gains in an ETF of this kind. Probably one of the more beaten down sectors as manufacturing basically closes. So maybe they'll, I don't know, could be a multi-year cycle, hard to say exactly, but that's a huge decline in a major industry. And I don't think that, I don't know, it seems very, very exaggerated. So ETF-wise, this is probably a pretty good one from a 3 times ETF perspective. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, yeah, there'll be some 5G inside of Soxel. Actually, we looked the other day at Soxhel Components. Texas Instruments. The fuck? Holdings. NVIDIA, Intel, Texas Instruments, AMD. You get both of them. You get apparently double NVIDIA to AMD, but Intel, Texas Instruments, Qualcomm, AVGO, Micron. I'm not sure how they're determining these percentage of assets, but your top three are Intel, Texas Instruments, and NVIDIA. Dude, I don't think the TA83 will ever stop selling, Julius. That's been in production for like 20 years. That's nuts. It's pretty cool, though, considering your phone can do most of what, can do more than what the TI can do, but still, purpose-built device, my friend, purpose-built device. So, Soxhel right here with, hard to argue with Soxhel, but not too bad. Oh, yeah, it's probably going to be like 90%. They're still $100, aren't they? Of course, it's probably the TA83 8000 by now. Oh, wow, you can get a new one for $100. Yeah, it's still $100. They were $100 20 years ago. Texas Instruments, TI-83 Plus. This has been out for 20 years. Still the same horrible screen. Look at how shitty that screen is. They could have come up with a better screen. Crazy. Oh, they got it approved for exams. Look at that. I think it's an argument for a lot of good buys right now, Justin. Again, if we see light at the end of the tunnel, guys, just all in. Just all in. You just got to see light at the end of the tunnel. The market will do pretty good. Now, at that stage of the game, this is why I think the index plays and plays like the Soxhel, which have a broader, even though Soxhel, it's not a broader diversification. It's actually a sector play. But, do some research on the semiconductors. Today, it's up 20% today. It could be up 20% for like 4 days in a row. You never know how some of these things go sometimes. But really good, really good volume this morning. Look at all that volume. That is tremendous. And now we're loosely pulling back. So any pullback could probably be bought on this. But granted, this pullback isn't even that significant. It's about 2%. So they're going to be, guys, this is a great time if you got retirement accounts. This is a fantastic time, absolute fantastic time to be in the markets and, jumping into things. Lots of room to go to the upside. Even on the futures here, you still got quite a significant upside here. In time, don't know when it's going to get there, but 23%. That's a great annual return. If you guys have been with us and you guys, sold on the way down, have been buying from here on the way up, number one, you didn't, you saved yourself 23%, and now you're going to gain yourself 23%. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's too much wrong with that. Don't you think this week there could be some bad news and we can drop again? Just like we start. Well, Ellie, I'm not sure if you were here when we talked about that, but I yelled at everyone and told everyone their opinions don't matter. If you remember that's what I'm going to say right now. Is that it doesn't matter. Those 13 people are down to 9 people. But just follow the market signals. Just follow the market signals. You could save some for cash. We just heard IBD say don't jump in the market all at once. So if you've still got some cash on hand, we could have a brutal down day, and have good buying opportunities and some names that you like. But I don't think it's. But overall, I think we're doing okay. I like this. Look at the volume on the Soxhel too. We talked about this as an individual name earlier. I forget what it was. Was it Restoration Hardware or one of those? Oh, it was Boeing. Boeing had no volume on the sell-off. And then, it wasn't Boeing, but even Boeing, look at that. No volume on the left. We have our low day right here. And then look at the right, tons of volume. And No, but at some point soon, you probably should be all in. We're going to have some vacillations and stuff, but if the market continues with higher lows throughout, then I think we're probably good to go. We mentioned sideways action. Looks like we're getting some of that sideways action. Yeah, I'm not mad at the market at all at this stage of the game. The way it's behaving. We could fall back down. Like I said, I think the market's waiting for another shoe to drop. I don't know if there is another shoe to drop. I don't know what it could be. We're starting to see some declines across the globe, and I think that's good. Once we learn how to combat the disease, everyone should follow that, and then we'll be out of this before you know it, and then the market should be like, wow, how the hell are we all the way up here already? It'll just one day, you'll wake up, you're like, wow, we're at all-time highs? Weren't we just down it there, over there, but now we're up here, over here? I didn't buy way down there. So right now we're not at the low, but we're working our way back up. So I think we're doing okay. Yeah. And I think I'm going to get out of here, guys. I think that's going to end it for me. Yeah, Julius, that's why you got to listen to the advice of the dude on the YouTube, is that buy a little bit down here and, buy a little bit more on the follow through day, and you can buy a little bit more today and just keep buying more. Just keep buying more. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully no more shoes drop, and it looks like we're loosely okay, so just start... What do you mean, Aram? I need a little more context than that, buddy. Cost me $10.40. I don't know what that means. Oh, your buying price is $10.40. So keep in mind, I made it. It's a bank shot, but I made it. So yeah, if you're talking about play, keep in mind play is an individual name. We're looking at a lot of ETFs these days. So you're talking about a stop loss on play. Yeah, plays at $11 right here. This is definitely a more risky situation. I bought an option on play because it had like an 800% gain on it. That's the reason why I bought play. And it's till the end of the year, so I've also already gotten my cost back on it, so I'm risk free in this particular position. Yeah, I mean, a stop is always a good thing to have. You don't want to risk too much capital on a position, and you don't want to ever go in a position without a stop loss place. In mind, at least a mental stop, if not an actual stop on an exchange. So you've got a recent low here. The way this has been behaving, each person affects less than one. Oh, really? That's weird. That's probably social distancing, I guess. How's that even possible? How's that possible? Maybe because of immunity. One person doesn't get infected. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, they do all hate each other, I think. Anyway, so yeah, when you have an individual name like this, you do need to have a point where you're willing to call it quits. There's no really good area on this particular one right now that I can see that would be a great stop loss. I've already covered, like I said, I've already covered my position, so I don't have any risk on this particular trade. I could let it expire worthless and still break even. So there's no risk in here for me. If you're holding an individual name, I think you probably... If you're just holding stock, I don't know, that's a tough one because the low is so low. Dave & Buster's probably won't get a bailout. Maybe they'll get some preferential financing and some kind of a SBA deal, but I don't have a great stop loss for you on this one, to be honest with you, Aram. If you're nervous about the position, you bought in at 1040. If you're nervous about the position, you can probably exit arbitrarily and take yourself down to a position size that you'd be willing to hold for longer term, even through a much larger decline. But you can see you're down about 60% into the lows. Yeah, I don't have a good technical answer for you because there's not really one in the chart. I mean, the one that's in the chart is going to be really low. Yeah, you're loosely in profit, about 40 cents in the profit right now. So if you want to cut your position size, that's okay. I really like the ETF plays a little better than some of these really beaten down individual names, unless you have a really good plan in mind. You risk a proportional amount of money. In other words, if this thing, is going to give you 300% gains, it's probably a pretty risky trade. Nothing's going to give you 300% and not be risky. So this should be a proportionally smaller position. Maybe a third less than a traditional position size, maybe more than that, maybe a quarter of a position, something like that. And yeah, at this point in time, 1040, probably on the way up, right? Yeah, I would probably, if it were me, I would probably cut some position size if you're nervous about it. That's the first thing to do. And then for a stop loss on the rest of it, you're just going to have to figure out, because the market's a risk reward. You always have to know what your risk is when you take on a trade. You have to know the risk. Otherwise, you're just playing by emotions, and that's never a good thing. So you should have already had a stop loss on this at 10.4. If you didn't, then you can't just exit if you want to and then start over again and then wait for a better setup. This right now is not a good setup. The good part about this is you could be in the middle of a cup formation. So if you do want to put a stop and just want to walk away, you could put it just under the $9 level, which, keep in mind, you're at 1040, so that's not too bad of a stop loss. If you're at 1040, $9 would still be about 13%. So if you want to cut arbitrarily to make that a more manageable stop area and then put this thing somewhere under just under $9 or something, that's about a 15% stop loss from your entry. So if you cut your position in half, then you have even less risk. So cut that to a manageable position size and then put a stop under 9. It may arbitrarily get taken out and then move back up. It's just the nature of these charts that they do that. But there's nothing major in the chart here to give any kind of really good signal. And that's the problem. That's why my option is for January. So I don't have to worry about the small bobbles like this. And then, like I said, I've already covered my cost basis. So even if this thing goes into nothing, I have no risk on the table for this particular trade. So first thing you do is always have a stop in mind, period. And then number 2 is to reduce position size if you're nervous, and to the point where you're not nervous. And then at that point, you still should have a stop where you're ready to exit that position and protect capital. We've gone over a couple of names, Aram, a few names here actually. There's always the TQQQ, which is triple the Nasdaq, which still has really good gains back to highs, which is going to take a while for that to happen, but got about 130% gain to all-time highs in the Nasdaq, which is an excellent gain. We're looking at SOXL, which is a 3 times ETF for the semiconductor industry. Now, I think you should know a little more about semiconductors, but this one has even more. This one has about a 200%, 225% gains back to highs. And the interesting thing about this one is that this sold off with coronavirus. This had nothing to do with the industry. So I think as manufacturing ramps back up and things are good, this will rally back relatively quickly. I mean, those are 2 pretty good ones. You can look at other ETFs, but I mean, I think taking an index ETF is the least risky of the risk. And with 100 plus ETF, that one's pretty good. So that's TQQ. I'll put them in the chat here. TQQQ, that's a 3 times Nasdaq ETF. And then you've got SOXL, which is a 3 times semiconductor. Those are the ones we've been talking about today. We have mentioned a few others in the past. I don't have a list in front of me. I need to get better organized with some lists. Nasdaq 4.57%, so we're coming back pretty nicely. And Soxel barely bouncing off of that, whatever moving average that is. I have no idea. So, I mean, there's a couple of options right there, but we've been talking about the TQQQ the whole way through this correction, bear market, whatever. And so all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here before I lose my break between my next show. So, all right, guys, have a good day. I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe out there, and bye.